Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a look here at Gala, see what's going on, of course, help understand next steps, big picture, all that wonderful stuff that helps you become a better trader, right? I just love teaching people how to trade, so if you want to become a better trader, CryptoCache.tech is the website. Link in the description below. You can go ahead and check that out and become a member. We got over 300 members currently, and it's an amazing experience, and I can tell you that sending out those signals to give you structure on your trades, as well as my Trading Academy, has helped a lot of people get on the right foot. So thank you again to all of my members for the wonderful feedback and letting me know that we're on the right track. Look forward to growing with you. Take a look here at Gala. Here's what's going on first and foremost. We'll look at the simple moving averages. The 50-day SMA is basically telling us we're finally broke above, right? Look, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 days of consistency underneath there where it tested and couldn't quite break. Now we're effectively above that. So that's a very positive sign. I want you to celebrate that in the sense that that should and could become a very strong support level. Another support level you can see obviously as well if you look at the profile here with the volume is just basically this line right here. I mean, right here at about 25 cents, the exact point in which it had trouble breaking through and effectively bounced above, used as a support level and ramped up since then, is proven to be a very strong amount of support as well with the volume. Volume support is important to understand and acknowledge. Another thing to note too is with the volume here as well, it is increasing a little bit over the last few days, but it's not quite as much as we need. All right. In other words, when we have some really stronger volume days here soon, we'll see the price be able to sustain. Otherwise, right now, it's retracing a little bit based on the fact that, well, it's that people are taking their profits, of course, and it's a bit on the overextended side on the short term. And we'll go ahead and take a look at that as well. Looking at the 50-day, see here, correction, we already looked at the 50-day. We want to look at the RSI, price is above 50. And this is nice too, because you can kind of see this little bounce that occurred where the price bounced off of the 50 and is moving its way up. We'd love to see that. That's exactly what we want to see. Excuse me. That being said, now that we're above 50 on the RSI, that does help us understand that we're on the right side of the tracks and that Gala is effectively more bullish than bearish at this point. Okay, so it's a very, very good sign there in that sense. And if we look at the 4 hour, let's go ahead and see what we can see here as well. We're a bit on the overextended side on the 4 hour. That's what I'm kind of talking about there. We got the RSI over 70. Usually you see a pullback when the RSI goes over 70 on the 4 hour time frame. The 1 day is different. It can break above 70 and be just fine in a lot of ways because it has more time. It's a larger, slower moving average, if you will, and it helps you understand that you're actually on the right side. If being above 70 is actually perfectly fine. When it comes here though, to the 4 hour, it's faster moving average, faster time frame, and it effectively tells us that we could experience a pullback. Bitcoin's seeing the same thing right now as well, so I'm anticipating pullback maybe closer to 46,000 for Bitcoin, and if Gala follows suit, we'll see something happen very similar. Because once again, Gala hasn't established itself as independent from Bitcoin essentially in a lot of ways. It's doing fairly well overall, making higher lows pretty consistently. But we got to acknowledge the fact that, hey, heaven forbid the price comes back down and hits 27 cents, even as low as 26.5, we should be in good shape here as long as we don't break the most previous or recent high and or essentially, establish a new low. All right, so all things are good here for Gala. There's literally no downside. Just note that we're a bit on the overextended side. And let's go ahead and take a look at that as well, by the way. TD sequential tells us we're at a 6. So truth be told, we could have another 12 to 24 hours of continuation of the upside. That tells us we have some time left, some gas left in the tank, because even though RSI is up over 70 on the 4 hour, we still aren't fully overextended yet. All right, again, to me, a little overextended based on the simple fact that we kind of came up and almost rejected off at 29 cents. Or actually kind of exactly did reject off 29, but there's a Fibonacci retracement level of 29.4 that we haven't quite hit yet, and if we do, that could also be a point of resistance. All right, so taking a look at the 1 hour, let's go ahead and summarize here and call it a day. We can see that we had this overextension here at the 9, came up, went sideways, had enough time to consolidate to effectively reset, and we're up to a 3. So that being said, we have roughly 6 more hours of continuation of the upside until we hit another 9, and then we should expect a pullback, okay? So truth be told here, looking at the smaller time frames, we kind of discovered that Gala does have a little bit more gas left in the tank. It can essentially continue higher. Just note that if it does, and it comes up to another 9 on just say TD sequential on the 1 hour, then we hit that 9 on the 4 hour as well, we can definitely expect a pullback. But with the R side being a little on the overextended side, I don't love the fact that we're this high, but again, it makes sense based on Bitcoin being also overextended, okay? Again, continuation plays like this, Sometimes you just kind of got to let it ride until it comes back down to a key level support and test it. If we lose a key level support, just say for example as 27 cents, then and only then we can start to make a different game plan here. For now, we should continue to expect the price to increase overall in a whole, but we also got to understand too that a pullback in the relative near future wouldn't be a terrible thing. It'd actually be very good to be able to get something to come back down and to kind of continue higher, because without the decrease, you cannot have the increase. Okay, there's just this constant push and pull in trading, and crypto has a tendency of pushing and pulling a lot faster and harder than most markets. But that's the interesting and cool thing about it, right? That's why I truly do love it. A lot of good things to come from it. You just got to be careful and cautious and make sure you have and use good risk tolerance. Those are things that I teach in my trading academy to make sure that everyone has a level edge or level playing field in order to sway things in our favor. Right? And again, all this TA that I'm doing here, there's more to it than just that. There's a mindset and an actual methodology that I have that I teach in my trading academy. More importantly though, I want you to understand though, even if you aren't part of that trading is mostly just kind of stacking the odds in your favor. We're just extracting information from every time frame, trying to identify what's going to happen next. And in that sense, you're just building a case like, hey, okay, based on what I see here, Gala has a strong likelihood of continuing to the upside, but it will probably pull back in the relative near future, most likely to a key level support. So the odds are basically 60, 70% probability that Gala will continue to increase. It's less likely it's going to come down. Again, a pullback is one thing, corrections are normal. But a significant retracement down to just say sub 25 cents, I don't think it's going to happen. Not now that Bitcoin has established itself above 46,000. It's above a key level resistance on the RSI at 50 on the weekly. So we're in very, very good shape there too. So to me, getting that full-on confirmation from Bitcoin is extremely helpful to give me confidence in knowing that something like this is going to continue. All right, and that's why you want to pay attention to Bitcoin. Maybe watch those. I have daily Bitcoin videos so you can understand what that looks like, because being good at trading in cryptocurrency really just stems from understanding how Bitcoin is progressing. It's really the catalyst for all the market movement in the industry. So again, just something to pay attention to. But to summarize here, Gala's in good shape. I would expect the price to continue higher. In fact, we have a swing trade for 31 cents that we're probably going to hit here in the relative near future. So I think there's a great chance that we're going to be in a position to not only take profits as a community, but more importantly, have the price continue higher. And I wouldn't expect a parabolic type of increase from Gala. I do think that we could see another strong day here soon, but I don't think we're going to see this kind of gains initially, because there's a tremendous amount of volume that we do not have just yet. If we start to see an increase in volume similar to what we saw here, we'll be in pretty good shape to see a continuation of the upside. But for right now, the volume is still kind of low, and I would say that it's the pullback is greater, potential for pullback is greater with lower volume. All right, just something to be mindful of. All right, anyways, I hope you found benefit and learned something here today. Of course, if you did, comment below. If you want to learn more, become a CryptoCache trading community member. Link in the description below. CryptoCache.tech is the site. I look forward to working with you. I hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.